What up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the 611 podcast. It's your boy Ryan Howard with my man, Young James, Jimmy Rollins. Hey, so today, am I wrong in saying our next guest today is a ball of excitement? Because it had to be one of the most energetic people in all of Major League Baseball.
No doubt.
Great teammate.
Yes.
Always positive. Always came to the ballpark with a smile.
Ready to play.
Stupid pop.
Stupid pop.
Stupid pop. All right. We got a 2-time World Series champion and a 4-time All-Star.
Ooh.
All right. Let's welcome to the 611 my man HP Hunter Pence. Hunter, welcome to the show, brother.
Wow, what an intro. Coming from you, Ryan and Jimmy, I mean, that's quite the introduction. Thank you so much. It's an honor. I'm pumped to finally get on the podcast. I've been loving everything y'all are doing. And man, it's great to see you guys and catch up.
All right, Hunter, let's get into this because many different things can be said just looking at you on the baseball field, from the style, the way you wore your pants. I stared at you religiously in the on-deck circle. Nothing about your game says go out and not to take shot or trying to, but like this is how you look. You know, it was unique to you. And when we shared the clubhouse, I understood it a lot more. Yeah. And I'm sure it's something, you know, you heard of, but when you got to the big leagues and, you know, you're this outside of the box person, this character and style, how did that fit into the clubhouse over there in Houston?
Well, you have to get thick skin real quick, right? Like, especially as a rookie in general in our time.
Yes.
And like everything I do had looked awkward my whole life. I didn't really know why. Like it was just like I just had to accept that like I wasn't blessed with grace. But like I loved baseball, y'all. You know, when we got to play together, like I love being at the ball yard. I love watching the game. So I loved it so much that I was just like people say hard worker, but I was like literally just having fun, like getting after it. I wanted it really bad. Like, and y'all can attest to this. Like even like lifting weights when you're playing and you have that purpose and you have that drive and you want to be the greatest at something or be great at it and be a good teammate. It's easy to lift weights and imagine like how far you're going to hit the ball and you're excited to get there. It gets a lot harder when you're retired and you're just lifting weights that your body can
tell me about it, bro.
So for me, really, it was as far as like the way it looked and it being goofy. Like, yeah, I think y'all understood this. This is just was my way. It was my natural way, and I really was nothing I could do about it. I found out, and I don't know if y'all knew this, when I signed my contract with the Giants, I actually have Schumann's in my spine, so my spine is like locked together. So I don't have that like T-spine flexibility that most humans have. And I think that kind of accounted for kind of the weird awkwardness of how I threw and ran and everything, because my back is literally like kind of stuck.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what kind of led to that with your swing, because you had this swing to where I actually want to try to emulate it as my golf swing. To where it's like you, because when you go, it's like you just drop and then the whole thing just comes and just turns. Yes. You know, where it's like with most people, like you would get the separation between your lower half and your upper half, but it was like everything would turn at the same time. But you had so much power. Like I remember playing against him and he hit a ball off the facing of the second deck, oppo, to right field in Citizens Bank Park. And I just remember kind of standing there like,
how?
What just happened?
Just how?
Like how do you do that?
I mean, Ryan, I've seen you hit some balls that I ain't seen anyone else hit. Like you almost hit the roof at Minute Maid when I was in center field. I think I caught it like it almost hit the roof and it went up on Towels Hill. And I remember after I caught it, looking around like you did that crazy style. But I think genetics is the part of it, and also like just getting in the gym, putting in the work. I think y'all can attest to that. But I definitely don't think that I match you, Howard, in the power level. But
easy. Okay.
I definitely did hit like the genetic lottery a little bit. Like my grandfather's really strong, so just a bigger guy, but also just get in the gym and lift a lot of weights and swing hard in case you hit it.
Hey, you did that, and I want to just jump around because as you're talking about these swings, Was it the 2012 World Series where you had like a double hit, like you got jammed, and it went 2 inches, then it went off the tip of your bat. Now, once again, that's like one of those Hunter Pence moments. Like if you know Hunter, it's like it's so fitting that it happened to him. Yeah. It wouldn't happen to anyone in the world except for Hunter Pence. It's like, well, it makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense because it's you. Because nothing surprises us when we get to know a guy. It's like, yeah, that was Hunter. What was that moment like?
It's hilarious that you said it because it's true, man. I just feel like the weirdest things happen to me, and it's just like, of course, like the swing is weird. I had the knockdown 7-iron. You say I'm trying to emulate my swing. That's my warm up swing. But that moment in particular, y'all know when like in the playoffs come and all the bat companies come in and they're like trying to get you to use their bats. And I was a tinker, so I would switch bats from time to time. And I mean, Louisville brought me the hardest wood I had ever seen, and it was just like this crazy strong bat. And it was Joe Kelly, who, has gone on to do tremendous things in the postseason when he was real young, 97 giga sinker. And I remember I was just right on playing with it, and it felt like I crossed it. But the physics doesn't even make sense unless the bat breaks like that. Because Jimmy, if any ball hit to the left side from a right-handed hitter, or even that side from a left-handed hitter, it's either going to go true or it's going to hook, and the other way it's going to go true or hook. I hit it to the left and it sliced because it broke my bat, but the wood stayed together and it bounced, and the ultra slow motion cam saw it hit, but it felt like I had a lacrosse ball and it was on my bat and I threw it out there. Off. The shortstop went right and the ball went to his left. Never seen that before, and honestly, man, that was some angels in the outfield type moment. I don't even know. Man.
That was those baseball guys.
That's those baseball guys. That's it.
Basically hey, you've been working hard, son. We're going to reward you with this. You're going to get jammed and get an RBI single.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So Hunter, take me through the very beginning, bro. Take me through, getting drafted, coming through the minor leagues, and then once you finally got to the big leagues, what was that welcome to the big leagues moment?
Yeah, and when you ask that, Ryan, are you asking like how did I get welcomed to the big leagues, or when I got told I was going to the big leagues? Because I had you remember Cole Hamels drilling Bryce Harper and his rookie year.
How you got welcome? How you got welcome to the big leagues?
This is the moment, I'm here.
I mean, my first game, I struck out on 10 or 11 pitches, and the fans gave me an ovation at Minute Maid. Which I did not expect. I didn't even know they knew who I was back then. This was before social media, dating us a bit. But the next at bat, the pitcher drilled me, who was actually, we played with him in Philly. I think David Bush, he was in spring training with us. In
Yeah.
And I was like, hey man, what was that about? He's like, hey, you got an ovation after I struck you out. So I was just like, who is this kid? So I got a knock off him after that, though. It kind of pissed me off and locks you in. I appreciate that, though. I don't know. That's kind of just the way I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Well,
nice.
Hey, that is like the Cole Hamels and Bryce Harper, where we knew he's like, I'm drilling them. It's like, what do you mean? I'm gonna hit him,
right?
Just straight up. First pitch, drilled him. And I remember this part when you're not supposed to like the young kids. Right. It was almost like, well, what have you done? You're getting all this fame and recognition, and you have but 2 weeks in the big leagues. But where I gained respect for Bryce is when he got on first, took it like a champ, stole second, advanced to third, and then stole home on a pickoff. I'm like, you know what? This kid got it. This kid got some big ones on him. I might not like you, but I respect you. And that was one of those moments, that was for sure for me on the other side, his welcome to the big leagues moment for me, because he did not stand there and whine and complain. Fine. If that's how we doing it, he got the last laugh. And so I respect that. Same like with Bush.
I'll put one on your ERA,
Yeah, exactly. Because when you fouled off 11 pitches, I'm going to drill you next time, kid. Get out of here.
When Cole said, I'm going to hit him, I'm just like, why?
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 Well, just welcome to the big leagues. You got all the hype and everything behind, and then he showed you
why.
It's a simple case of when keeping it real goes wrong.
But the crazy, stupid.
Wait, you want to know about keeping it real though? Do you remember he was the first pitcher ever that he told the media, he's like, I did it on purpose.
That's what I'm saying. He did it. He was like, I did it on purpose. And they got it like
he
1 game suspension.
He told us he was going to do it. He told us before.
The newspaper was like, he should be the president, the only one who tells the truth. And
You're unique, and everybody. If you haven't seen Hunter Pence, Google him. He's on YouTube. He's a champion. He's a great person, but he's definitely unique. Is there anyone in the game today? And I'm going to say this: remind you of yourself.
Yeah, I mean. The shortstop with the Athletics, Jake Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson. Yeah.
Jack's son. He's all over the place. He's got super twitchy, super fast hands. Likes to play video games. So he's just raking.
Hell of a season. I think he got to be up there for Rookie of the Year. He's got to be up there.
He's got to be.
So, I mean, he's fun to watch and quirky and awkward. And something you just don't see. His feet are moving all crazy. And,
right.
That was kind of part of my thing is I was really twitchy. Probably too much coffee, But, so I would say he's definitely one.
I don't think you needed any coffee, Hunter. No. He came in wired. And it was like Tommy-esque. Okay. Like Tommy, it was always positive. It was energy. And it was like, yeah. And there was never, it never seemed like you had a bad day. It didn't matter what it was. It didn't seem like you had a bad day. And I appreciated it. And sometimes, I'm an energetic person. And I'm like, man, I got to step my energy up because he didn't have any hits last night. And he's coming in like he's already 5 for 5. And I loved it because it got us going. So, there are these little twerks, but that makes you. That also makes you a great teammate, which we appreciated. And I remember, when you were traded out, it was like, we just got him.
Right.
Like we are really just starting to get to know who he is. He's getting really comfortable around us where he's opening all the way up.
Yep.
And this is going to be something that's beautiful because he's going to contribute. I don't care how the fans felt in that clubhouse. I remember thinking to myself, like, damn, like, what was the point of getting him if we were just going to give him away?
Yeah.
I was surprised too. I was definitely shocked, like to my core, because you're right. Like we were all like such close friends, and we're still friends to this day. Anytime I see you, it just like, and that it was such a fast whirlwind, but it was so intense of a part in my life. And I remember I was having like dreams waking up. I was still on the Phillies and like and it was like weird because we were only 4 games out. I thought we were gonna make a push. Like I was like locked in every day. Like here we go. We're gonna come through. And when they traded Victorino and then they traded me, I was just like, man. And I still had another year. So obviously it was a great blessing, and I got the opportunity to and extend my family. Your baseball teammates are your family. But I definitely was like really shell shocked. There was a blessing, but there was also about a lot of pain like that. I don't know. It was weird. Definitely weird.
It was, but you could not have ended up in a more perfect place and city in San Francisco. I'm from the Bay, and, we always looked at that side as different. Even Berkeley, San Francisco was like, you're able to really just go out and be who you are. No one cares, and we love it even more. And Hunter, you went out there, man, and your star was rising, in Houston. Then you came to Philly, but you went out there and took off. What was that acceptance level, and what was it like once you really bought in to what it was to be a San Francisco Giant?
Yeah, I mean, Boch and just the team and the core we had, Sabian at the helm, and the city at the time, it really kind of changed me completely. It's a very kind of open-minded, like, be yourself. I learned how to, we talk about I'm kind of unique and a little bit weird, and it's almost like they like love and embrace weird here. It's like
even more
it's like,
so.
Let Timmy smoke, let Pablo eat, like just a bunch of crazy. The band of misfits was their thing, kind of wild. And Boch was like the first manager I ever had that gave like an encouragement speech versus just like wearing us out. Like usually every time you get like a speech from a manager, they just tell you how you're slacking and you're not playing hard enough and we got to do better. And he gave us like this crazy pump you up speech, and telling us to risk it all. I don't care if we lose every game, but step on the gas. And we were just like, this is awesome.
Right.
So I think it just kind of was this like perfect storm of like, like I'm ultra aggressive. Like it was the first time I was ever told like stay aggressive. It's okay if you swing at a bad one, just hit the one that's the good one, and like even like allow yourself to be your personality, and so I think I just kind of aligned with the city, and obviously met my wife here, and won those 2 championships with some great people. But it was a unique culture over there at the time for sure.
Well, tell me a little bit about that. Tell me about the fans. Okay, in San Francisco, I want to get your feedback on the fans in San Francisco and the fans in Philadelphia, right?
Because Frisco fans don't get enough credit for being rowdy.
They don't. They don't.
Hey,
I tell
don't
people,
sleep on. They are not nice people.
I would tell people all the time. I'm like, yo, San Francisco is the Philadelphia of the West, bro.
They go
and people
hard.
look at me crazy, like, what are you talking about? I was like,
nah.
yo, like playing out there was one of the toughest places and environments
By
to
far.
be able to go out there and
By
play
far.
in. So, like, in your opinion, between those two, which do you think? Obviously, you've been both, right? You've played as the home. You played for the Phillies. You played for the Giants, but then you were a visitor in both places. Which place would you say would probably have been a tougher place to as a visiting player?
All right, I'm gonna give it to y'all real, and I think y'all can maybe attest to this or not. Maybe have a different opinion, but for me, like obviously with the Astros, I played against both before playing with Philly, and that's a different experience until you become a Philly, and then you connect with the city and the fans, and you have your history or whatever that is. But I would argue the toughest place to play was San Francisco for me as a visiting player. Like, yeah, Philly gets on you, and they can get nasty and stuff. Like all fans will, and they're intense. But San Francisco hits you different. Like
Man.
they like are relentless. It's like stuff you ain't never heard before, and they just will not stop. Whenever the Giants are going good, it like gets you riled up. So I would say San Francisco, in my opinion, was the harder place to play. And so when I got traded there, I had this like, man, these fans are crazy. This is going to be tough. But it was almost the exact opposite when I played there. Like if we lost a game, they'd be like, it's all right. Keep going hard. We love you. Which like,
yes.
you know what it's like losing a game in Philly.
100%.
You are overpaid, or like you see some of those clips like after they lost like Game 7 against the Diamondbacks. The fans, man, it's just classic Philly. Like they love you so much and they want you to win, and like, but when you lose, it hurts them because they care so much, which is really powerful and awesome. But I do think like when I played in Philly, I think it takes some of the biggest guts and the biggest character to be able to succeed in Philly. You have to be a really, really strong mental person. It's a challenging market. The East Coast is intense, and they want to criticize you and they want to be hard on you. But I think it shapes you and forges you to really master yourself, because if you can't handle criticism, you're going to get eaten alive. And so I think different personalities respond differently to each way. But Philly, you become a rock star immediately. Like when I played in Houston and I grew up a Texas kid, you're just another human. Like they love watching the game and stuff. It's not like this big show, but Philly, it is. People were hopping out of their cars in the street, and like all of a sudden I was like, oh wait, I'm actually famous or something.
Right.
For real.
No, that's facts.
I don't know if that answers it at all, but
I think you said it perfectly, because it's and I've been on. Well, when I played against Philly, I was returning as a Dodger, so it's all love. My whole career was there, so I don't know what it's like to really be on that other side. But I've seen it, I've heard it. I'm like, man, this is a tough place to play. And I know San Francisco, playing against and being from the Bay, always got a little more love, but it was tough. Yeah. And as you talk about that positivity after a loss, I grew up like that. Growing up watching Oakland A's, we lost. That's okay. We'll get them tomorrow. That was my mentality. When I got to Philly, I always carried that with me, not necessarily publicly, but internally and in the clubhouse. It's all good because we have tomorrow, because you can't show that out there. It's and Hugh Douglas, when he would retire from football, we would lose a game. He would come in the clubhouse and music's playing. He's like, I don't get it. We're like, you guys aren't upset? It's like, Hugh, there's another game tomorrow.
Right.
But as you talk about the fans, there is no other game tomorrow. It's tonight and tonight only. Tomorrow doesn't count. We don't care about tomorrow. We want to win tonight. And then on the West Coast, I think being shaped by that, like looking to the future. We didn't win tonight. It's okay. Yeah. We'll get them tomorrow. I was able to find a balance. But with that said, as a visiting player, I agree. Man, San Francisco does not get enough credit for being a tough city to come in as a visiting player. LA, I love playing LA. It's very comfortable. Yeah. It's kind of like you chilling, you Hollywood, the lights are bright, and you good. They cheer for their team. They don't cheer against the other team.
Right.
Philly and San Francisco, they for sure cheering against the other team. Yeah. They're cheering their team on, but they used to work before Pat played there. Yeah. They wore Pat out in left field to a point where I'm gonna have to turn around and look at Pat like, yo. He just doing like this because he doesn't want to let them know that they got to him. He's like, what? I'm like, yo. I'm glad I'm an infielder because they go hard.
They hit you different in the outfield in San Francisco, man. Like this lady, she was like all over my pants. Like this is before I pulled them above the knee. She was just like, "Hey, bird legs! Don't you know you're not supposed to show off your shortcomings? Look at them little bird legs!" Like she would not shut up. It was like intense. I was like, "Damn, I lift legs every day. What are you talking about, lady?" She got to me.
I think it's one of those things to where it's like it's well known and documented, like what you're getting when you go to the Northeast. When you go to New York, when you go to Baltimore, when you go to Philly, you know the fans are going to be tough. I think it's more like you don't expect that from San Francisco. Like Jimmy said, L.A., San Diego, comfortable places to play. Comfortable. But then you go to San Francisco and they are just wearing you out. It's like, wait, where is this coming from? Like I see the water, I see the beaches, I see all this stuff. Like y'all not supposed to be acting like this, but to be able to get that, I'm like, now I understand because they just wear edgy. You out.
It's they don't stop. It's just
they don't.
It's on and on and on.
7 innings, Jimmy. 7 innings to your point, but they don't stop.
Man,
there was a guy, and I didn't look at him until the 7th inning because I thought, I'll just ignore it. He'll stop eventually. And he literally, the entire game, this is in San Francisco, he says, "You're going back to Round Rock," which was our AAA at the time. "You loser. Right. What are you sticking out up there? You can't hit it out of the infield, you loser." I'm playing defense. He's like saying little snarky comments. Like there's not a silent moment. And he ends everything with "you loser." Right. I turn around and look at him in like the 7th inning after I made a play. And I'm trying to like, who is this guy? It's a guy in a wheelchair, like bearded, almost looks like a homeless person. And he's like, "What are you doing looking at me, you loser? You look at me." And I tell him like, "Oh man, this guy's in a wheelchair." And I turn around, he's like, "Look at me when I'm talking to you, you loser." It's just you can't win, man. They do not stop.
It's been settled.
Yeah.
Because I tell people all the time tonight. And I'm glad you can validate what I've been feeling all these years from being a Bay Area kid to the East Coast and the difference and how they both have their way of getting under your skin as a visiting player. But, Hunter, you've been known, and we've heard your speeches, to give some pretty memorable pregame speeches. Is there one or a couple that you can share that you would classify as your favorite or favorites?
I mean, obviously, like the one in Cincinnati, which was like, it's not just me. It was more like kind of the council of elders, if you will. But like, I think y'all remember in 2011, and obviously Ryan really remembers, like when we lost, like there was no way, like we were not the best team in Major League Baseball that year. Like we were just so shell shocked. We could not believe. Like I'm still sick to my stomach of that game, Game 5 against the Cardinals, and I just like the demon it built inside of me was insane. Like I was like, I don't want to feel that pain again. Yeah. And we almost hit kind of the same thing. We got beat 2 games in a row in Cincinnati, and I felt that same wave where like you're facing elimination and. Javi Lopez and Scudero and Wilson, these guys were sitting around there like, if we don't say something, we're dead. And I'm like, well, what needs to be said? I'll say anything. I don't want to go through that again. And it was kind of that memory of like, I'm not ready to go home. Because I remember the year before with you guys, what it felt like to go home. I was like, I don't care if we have to win 100 games in a row. Like, I'm going to remind you, like, I told him, I was like, I got to play against you on the Philly side. We're really good. Like our pitching staff is really good. Pablo can hit. Buster can hit. Like I was just kind of like pumping us up. Like I played against us, so don't forget how good we are. And like I want to play one more day. Like whatever you need, I'm going to give everything I have today to stay one more day because I'm not ready to go home. I love playing this game. I love playing with you guys, and you're really good. Was kind of the gist of the message. Was just that.
And one more day led to one more ring.
Yeah.
yeah. One more. And honestly, the weird thing is that, and Jimmy, you have that kind of West Coast mindset. And I think that I learned a lot from that because I'm over ramped and almost like, fire energy. But you're Jay Smooth, man. You're always moving at your pace and slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And like that, like grace that they kind of taught me in San Francisco because it was that mindset. We had like slow music playing before the game. As like we were about to like face elimination, it was like relaxing. We were smiling at each other. We're like, hey, we're gonna embrace this. Let's take it on nice and easy. And we don't have to be the hero. We don't have to be too big. Let's go in there and get this together and play our game. And it was very similar to kind of your rhythm that you taught me.
I appreciate that.
We
had some good conversations. We won't get too deep, but we talking about person one and person two, and Hunter. I remember we first had that conversation. He looked at me like I was an alien with 4 heads. I'm like, no, just read this book, like you will get it. And then when it clicked, oh man, it's the Inner Game of Tennis by Timothy Gallwey.
I love the Inner Game of Tennis.
And when it clicks, you understand what your mind and your body and that internal battle and how you get to the next level.
Now, as we all know, right, being on championship teams and great teams, right, you got to have chemistry.
Yes.
Right. So the guys in the clubhouse, it's you're there 162 games. That's family. You're with them more than your actual family. All right. Now you got a chance in San Francisco, play with some guys, great character guys, and some guys that were some characters. Right.
That's good. So that's well said, dude. What a play on words.
So
Nicely
I mean,
done, Ryan.
obviously you played with Buster Posey, Tim Lincecum, and the illustrious Brian Wilson. Do you have any like good clubhouse stories that you can share, like of any of those guys? Anybody? I mean,
that you can share. We don't want to get to a trouble. But Buster's up at that level now. We gotta protect Buster.
Oh, I mean, well, Buster, like, there's nothing to really protect. He is what he is. He's just like, he does everything right. He's like the most humble superstar at the time. He kind of set the standard because, like, he was, kind of one of the biggest faces in baseball. Not kind of, he was. Yeah. And he was like, it's not a big deal. I'm not above anything. I'm going to show up. I'm going to get the work in. But he also held a standard. So he was kind of like your bread and butter, like he's going to get the same guy every day. But he also had this like intense competitive fire that he didn't show, but like he wanted everything to be done right. And he would let you know. And I think you talk about good character guys, like it wasn't about like chemistry always getting along. It was that we trusted each other enough to actually have conflict and friction and to confront issues and stuff got called out. And it was like kind of no mercy almost, which, when I look back on it, I'm like, you have to like fail to succeed, and you have to really like to get the best out of yourself. Because the goal in professional sports is to get the best out of yourself. You have to take and swallow things that you do wrong, and you have to swallow why you did them wrong and how you can fix it. And if everyone's like afraid to step on egos, and if your main guy, Buster Posey, doesn't have an ego and he's willing to, take the brunt of like what he needs to do better. Then everyone, it's kind of this open, and it's like, it's okay if you come at me because I need to learn this and absorb it and then be better the next time. So like, it was kind of a accountability, and like, we weren't afraid to get on each other, which was a little bit different because, a lot of times with superstars, it's hard to talk to them, and like, they're going to make mistakes, and they probably know it anyway because they're superstars for a reason. But like, it was just like, we were all like, okay with like growing, if that's the way to say it. Now, as far as like crazy stories, we did all sorts of wild, fun things over there. Like, I remember we bought all these medieval helmets, like the old school, like, because I love like gladiator and medieval times, and we'd put them in our lockers for like the energy.
That is
and then Romo would start putting on everyone's helmet.
That's perfect for you, a gladiator helmet for sure.
Yeah, and we would just goof it off. Like Romo would be always trying to like get on the TV camera lady and behind her with the helmets on, doing just weird stuff. So I don't know, just playing around, having fun. Like Byron Wilson was like literally like a stand-up comedian. He was just like off the charts smart. Like he's like Rain Man mathematically.
Really?
Just and like really funny. So like just talking to him, he was the one who started the whole Godheem thing that Kevin Millar had. He got it from Wilson. It was just like hyper creative. Hemoglobin, welcome to the hemosphere. After he like struck someone out or something, just like you're just like, what the hell does he come up with this stuff?
Hey, but I'm glad there were some things you brought up about what makes a team great, and that accountability and the superstars being accountable, not above anyone.
Yeah.
And to tie it in, any team, I know we did it with ourselves. Like no one's above getting ragged on. No one's above getting called out. No one's above anything that happens on the field amongst each other, regardless of how the public perception is. The only way to succeed is everybody has to be pulling the same way. And if you just get one person pulling the other way, it can change the whole chemistry and atmosphere of that clubhouse. So for those kids that are listening that are the stars on your team, you still have to be accountable. You have to make your job as a star, I feel, is to make everyone else better. That if someone doesn't believe, you have to find a way to make them believe. Hey, look, I'm just like you. Just like, if you want to come in early and work, we'll work. If you want to go out there and do whatever it is you need to get better, I'm here to do it with you. You create a belief system, because without that belief system, without that accountability, without the stars doing what they do, but also being humble enough to know that they're not above anyone else, that's how you form a winning team. And we saw it with Philly. We saw it in San Francisco. You see it in any team that wins, that there is accountability. So I'm glad you brought that up, because those are important things that I think no one counts. They think it's all talent, and everything is all cookies and apple pies, and it's like, nah, bro, we have serious, hard conversations that need to be had. And when doing so, you establish trust with your teammates, that I know you're in a foxhole with me. We may not agree. We can agree to disagree, but I know you're in a foxhole with me. So thanks for highlighting that on what it takes to be not just a good teammate, but the formings of a great team.
Wow, beautifully said. I got chills, dude. You literally like said that. Amazing. Like, I hope someone watching that's like trying to lead a company or an organization or a team, like bringing them into that belief system. Just so many amazing points.
HP, I'm looking at your setup there. I see you got your gaming chair. You got your headphones on. I saw when Mama was up there ragging you were playing a game, and I forgot what it was. She asked you something. You kind of turned around like, what? And then you kind of caught on like, ah. So what do you play? What's your game? What's your go-to? Is there because I'm not a gamer anymore. I've played and I retired a long time ago. And right now you got to be a scientist, a coder to know how to play games. Is there something that as a gamer you lock into a game, or are there games that you play?
So I've played multiple throughout my whole life, and I think I've come to this realization that my soul is here to play. Like, I live to play. I live to study strategy. I live to study games. So, I'm into pickleball now. I'm highly addicted to that, and like in love with it. Just enjoying playing that.
That's odd. He's addicted to something.
Kids, so we have a dog. So I have more free time, and for me, it's just I do have one particular game. It's called Dark and Darker. It's ultra nerdy. It's just going into a dungeon with swords and shields. But there's this the battle and the spacing of it just reminds me a lot of hitting, because it's a lot of reacting to, and the way that I play it, you die a lot, and you get a lot of you take a lot of pain. It's very similar even to playing as a team, because it's super hardcore when you die with your teammates, and we're hanging out. It's kind of like a clubhouse. We have a Discord channel. We lose all our gear, and so we go into all these battles, and we're looking at the tape afterwards, what happened to you here? What happened here? Oh, I needed to do this, and then you just gradually get a little better, and you get forged through the fire. And so I've just fallen in love with that game. But the way I play is kind of like hitting, because you have to kind of take what's coming at you. You have to catch it and send it back to them. So there's this coordination tickle in my brain that I really love from Dark and Darker.
That reminds me of that old school Bond. the James Bond game back in the day. Now, see, I was terrible at it. My brother,
I was
my brother and my boys, I'd sit there and I'd watch them play. I tried to get on the mic and play with them. Bro, they were picking me off left and right.
See,
I was like, this ain't even fun for me.
And that's why I stopped playing.
This ain't even fun for me.
That's why I stopped playing.
Like, they knew where I was. I didn't even know where I was. I'm like, how you gonna tell me where I? Like, I don't even know where I am, bro.
They were probably that was probably their 100th time on the map, and you're like 10th time. So like, it's just like anything in life. You got to do it a lot. So
yeah, I should have started when they started.
That's what happened.
Yeah, I got too far behind. I was like, "There's no catching up."
But you were working on an illustrious career as a slugger.
I was. So, Hunter, we have a segment, the banana boat ritual.
This is going to be
segment.
interesting.
So, as you know, obviously, we have our quirks, our routines, our superstitions. What was Hunter Pence's superstitions? Because I know people watching your game and how you went about playing, they's like, that dude has to have sometimes. He's got to have about 6 or 7 superstitions that he would go about. What were some of those?
Honestly, I wasn't ultra superstitious. I was just a routine based, and also like just kind of always reflecting on the game before, like how are teams getting me. So I was more locked into routine. I studied superstition and all of that, but to me, it's almost like fear based. Like I need to do this and I'm not judging superstitions because there was times where we're like, let's just wear the same clothes. Like in 2012, we all wore the same clothes all 3 days in Cincinnati. Like, so we would dive into that. If something feels good, you just do it. And, and one person said it and we were like, all right, like I ain't messing if that makes you happy. So that clothes got a little dirty, but yeah, for me, I'm more routine based. I want to build a routine that I can trust. The one thing I would do though, is like, let's say I had a bad game or whatever. So pregame, I always like to take a shower, kind of freshen you off. You've done the batting practice and everything. So come out fresh for the game. And if I had a bad game, I'd go to a new shower head. So you got to find the hot shower head. That was probably the one that I
got to find that shower head with hits.
Exactly.
That's it.
I would wait. Like I would be like, if someone was in the shower head that had the hits in it,
you would wait.
You gotta wait.
You're gonna wait.
Hey, he ain't lying though.
Hey.
He ain't lying, bro. You are not lying.
Hunter, let's talk about now and future. We know how much you love and care for the baseball game. And initiatives that you probably have in mind that you haven't even shared, but you have done things. You've started, or where you have, the Hunter Pence Baseball Academy. What advice do you give to kids about youth baseball and also moving forward? And I frame that because baseball, basketball, especially kids and parents are spending money and money and money. And it's like, your kid is not going to be a professional at 12.
No.
They're not going pro. And not that you shouldn't do these things, but the intensity of parents being involved. How do you differentiate yourself in what you teach at your academies?
Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone wants to win and you want to give your best, but you got to also remember that losing teaches you a lesson. Like baseball teaches us a lot of lessons. And in my opinion, it's like, the one thing that if you love baseball, practice and like, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to try things. Don't think that because you lost the game or didn't win the championship that you're a loser. Like every time you play, you've already won. Like, cause you just like dial it in, like show up, persistence and consistency, play, practice, grow, play, practice, grow, because the same teams don't win the championship every year. And every one of those seasons that you're losing, you're growing and you're getting a little bit better and you're gaining a little bit of knowledge. So if you love it, and it's the same for anything, it's like GoldenEye. You were like, man, I'm not good at this game, but those people have played the map 100 times. They already knew everything. So like they knew where you were before you did. It's the same with baseball. The preparation you put in gives you every opportunity to succeed. There's many avenues, even if, let's say it's not baseball, whatever it is, music or, but doors open for you when you show up. Keep showing up, show up consistently to what you love, use your imagination, because there's not only one way to be a professional in the baseball world. There's coaching, there's scouting, there's media, there's playing, there's multiple ways to find what you love and to succeed at it. So my thing with regards to baseball and playing the game is like, we're going to put our best foot forward. We're going to teach those, growth mindset, and we're going to play hard. We're going to give our all. We're going to teach you leadership, how to be a teammate. And those are kind of the goals. And we're going to try to get you to college and an opportunity to go and chase a dream. but we're also going to want to teach you leadership principles, teamwork principles, and really just bring up the youth with confidence and conviction.
Hunter, you have a nephew. Great name, by the way.
Oh, I mean,
great freaking name. If there was a name, I would want to come back and be named this. Striker Pence.
Yeah.
That's crazy work.
Yeah.
Great job. Great job to your brother and or sister and parents. Great job with the name. But 100 miles per hour?
Yeah, I mean,
how old is he?
It makes sense.
He's 16.
16.
I don't think. I think he's
100 miles per hour. How?
I mean, well, I will say this. So my brother threw really hard. He blew out, and he's protected his arm. He only throws one inning. He's like a closer, but he's mainly a position player. And he's 6'7", 200 some pounds. Like, he's a big dude. He's always been ultra flexible, but he genuinely loves baseball. He's been practicing like hardcore since he was young. He's put in time. Like, he does all the strength training. He's just a genetic freak. He's really strong to throw 100. Like, it doesn't matter what I do. I could never throw 100. Like, I could throw balls till the cows come home. But, he's just got his mom was like a collegiate swimmer. His dad, had a really, really strong arm. And he just kind of blossom into this, and it is a lot of pressure, this kid, because he's got a lot of fame now. People are kind of hard on him, and but also it comes with the territory, right? Mm-hmm. But he's handled it really well. He stays humble, and he's a good kid, but he has worked hard and he has earned it. And a lot of people are like, well, your uncle's Hunter Pence, so of course you're like great, but I think you got to give the kid credit. He's dealt with pressure and anxiety and all these things, and I'm really proud of him for overcoming and being, like learning how to handle the spotlight, but also mastering his craft and getting command of 100. So he really, who knows what the ceiling is? I think there is a science behind how to like maximize your velocity potential. And my brother's just trying to make the best decisions he can for his boy. And he's a fun kid. Like, when his personality comes out, when he starts opening up, he's actually crazy hilarious. So I'm excited to watch him blossom.
That's that Pence DNA right there.
Straight up.
Bro.
Hey, he's talking about he's a fun kid person. I'm like, yes. It
makes sense.
We know you, so we're not surprised.
Right.
Everyone else that's following you, and they shouldn't be surprised either.
No.
But it's always good to hear when funny people that have these quirks about them say that about other funny people that have quirks about them.
Right.
It's like, that's who you guys are. That's the Pence family. But like I said, that name, nailed it. Strike.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's his mom.
sick.
That's Allison. She had the names. They're three boys. It's like Top Gun. It's Striker, Ace, and Maverick.
That's right. They got it.
I love that, dude. I love that, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Hunter, we've come to the end of our show, man, bro. Again, always a pleasure being able to see you, brother. Appreciate your time. Continue success in everything you do, bro. Still lighting it up, man. Still lighting up the room, bro.
It's never a bad day when you're Hunter Pence. And I appreciate that about you.
Yeah.
We can't reiterate it enough, like the ball of energy, the ball of light that you have been and that you still are. And we talked about it when you got traded. It was crazy, just like, what?
Yeah.
And to see you, like when we do see each other, it's the same. It's just you're just full of love, and I appreciate that about you. And I hope everyone gets to see that, know that about you as you continue to make strides after baseball. And you and Mama, you guys keep sending these prank videos because you do a good job.
That's it.
It's been a pleasure, man. Thank you for joining us today, Hunter. We appreciate you, brother. And we'll see you around.
Absolute honor, and thank you all for thinking of me. Continued success. Love the podcast. Love everything you're doing. It. Big H piece, J Roll. Love you guys. What a privilege.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro.
Sir.